Leviticus 15:16.
Leviticus 15.
But remember I said now, I'm talking about the males now, if you have a dream that you're having intercourse with a woman while you're asleep, it is a demonic dream, especially if you release Leviticus 15:16, please.
And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening.
Hallelujah. Anybody know why?
Oh, wet dream?
Yeah, I think if you want to, okay. I haven't read that term in a long time.
So they think of
Yes.
Because the seed is meant to start life all over again, but the woman is actually supposed to be the receiver of that seed, because the man is not even supposed to spill the seed on the ground.
Hallelujah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Why must he wash?
Well, because maybe what you just said about the uncleanliness, the act or whatever, maybe between him and the demon, or by it not being a woman there, it's making him unclean, so he has to wash before he can come and set things right again with the Most High.
Absolutely. Everything is energy. Every single thing is energy. There are disagreeable spirits all around us. You heard of incubus and succubus?
Yeah.
There's a reason why the Father is telling you that you must wash after intercourse. These demons are real, and we're going to... They're there. They need a portal. They need a way to get in. Remember when the Mashiyach was speaking with a man that had all of these disagreeable spirits inside of them? And the spirits began to speak out, and they said, I know who you are. Speaking to the Mashiyach. These are demons. They told the Mashiyach, I know who you are. Because these disagreeable spirits now, they have a time to run. And they asked the Mashiyach, have you come to cast us out before our time? They have a time to run. Those demons now jumped out of that man and ran into a herd of pigs. Being clean is very, very important. If the Father says after intercourse that you must wash, you better wash. There's a reason why the Father is saying these things. Don't get caught out here. And all of a sudden now, there's disagreeable beings now floating around in your house, looking for a body now to be with.
So you're saying through the, you're having a dream. It's a demonic dream. Basically, Satan, Ashatan and his demons are actually in you, coming out of you, or is
no. So the purpose is washing after the act is the thing.
If you don't wash after the act, then you're out of the will of Yahuah, which opens you up for
Absolutely.
demonic spirit.
Absolutely. And put it to you this way.
Because you're being disobedient.
Exactly. Being that we're all grown here, in the animal kingdom, at that certain season, being that animals have a heightened sense, they can actually smell when the female is ovulating and she's ready to have intercourse. My argument is this, is that when Adam and his Isha left the garden, they were only operating now on, we talked about this before, on your basic sensory, like here, the eyes, the nose, those things there. My argument is that when we were in the garden, we were operating on principles higher than that. For example, and every woman is different. When a woman is is about to ovulate, some women feel a pulling or a tugging or like a light colored mucus might come from her because the uterus is now open and she can now, she's ovulating, she's ready to go. I know a lot of times they used to do this back in Pennsylvania during deer season. There would be like a type of urine that they would spray all over the place and stuff like that, and the male deers could they would think that a female deer was there because it's rutting season. There's been cases where they said that a female deer that's in heat, she would run across Route 80 or a major highway, and once that deer, he smells that woman, she's ovulating, he's oblivious to everything else. He runs straight into your car. A big buck, he runs straight into the car. So I'm just saying here now is that these spirits now are able to sense and understand a whole lot more than we might think. And we're going to share some of this in Scripture. Now, watch this now. If a woman has a dream of having intercourse with a man while she's asleep, that dream is also demonic. And actually now, that situation is a little bit more dangerous. And the reason why is because she has a womb. And why do I say that? Let's go to the book of Bereshit, the 6th chapter, verse 1. It's a little bit different. We're looking for ways to get inside of this in this realm here. For example, this is terrible. These arts, this magic, these things that people are actually doing to this channeling to get these disagreeable spirits to come into this realm.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not here. Listen, this is what happened. About to purchase a video. This white guy is sharing a story with this other guy. They call it lucid dreaming. You ever heard of lucid dreaming? Where this guy now is sharing with another guy that he waits to his Isha. He didn't say his Isha because it's a white guy. He waits till his wife is ovulating because he knows that she's letting off energy, vibration. He has her now to lay in the bed, butt naked, okay, inviting now disagreeable spirits now to come and have intercourse with her. Because they're looking now to see what's going on the other side. Now watch this now. Where Zakan, he's the movie buff. There was a movie that was out where there was a woman, every time, it's even in the scripture. Remember the story with Tobit and Tobias, where there was a disagreeable spirit that loved the woman? And every time that a man would go into the woman, kill her.
Before get to go into it.
Exactly, so this disagreeable spirit, man, this demon now was actually now attracted to this woman. Have you read the story in Tobit? No? But there was a movie about it where there was a woman now, every time that she would go to bed, she would feel this presence on top of her, pushing down on her body. And in the movie now, you could never see the figure, but it was actually not having intercourse with her. The whole 9 yards. And to the point where at times where the woman would be like, well, listen, you know what? Wow, you know what? You had intercourse with me, last night and everything like that. He's like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. And there's reported cases all over the place now where women now had these types of experiences now, having intercourse while they're asleep. Bereshit, the 6th chapter, verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born into them, it said that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, and they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. You notice that it did not say that there were female messengers or angels that went into men. These were male, fallen ones, angels, that saw the daughters of men, and those angels now went into those women. It even tells you in the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter. Watch how this goes now. Genesis, the 3rd chapter, verses 1 through 7. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. You know this is the adversary. And the father said and Yahuah had made, and he said unto the woman, we have the adversary going to the woman. The woman has the womb, she's the receiver. This is the reason why we always say, be careful who your woman comes in contact with. Not everybody has our best interest at heart. Now watch this. And he said to the woman, yeah, the father has said, you should not eat of every tree of the garden. So he's having this conversation with the woman. And the woman said to the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden. We know the rest of the story, 1 through 7. I'm going to speed this up. So what I'm trying to share here with us, Mishpachah, is that be careful. Be very, very careful. When you go to the book of Leviticus, the 15th chapter, verse 16, it said that both parties must clean and wash themselves because they're actually unclean. Now, 15 to 18, Yahuah, if you can read that for me, and we're going to listen to this video and we'll be done. I'll save the next page for later.
Now, when you're saying wash, are you talking about taking a shower?
Yes. Wash.
Can you repeat the chapter of
Leviticus, the 15th chapter,
17?
16 to 18. Let's do that. Washing is very, very important. Leviticus, the 15th chapter, verses 16 to 18.
And if any man's seed of compilation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water.
All his flesh in water.
And be unclean until the evening. And every garment and every skin whereof the seed of compilation shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening.
Verse 18.
The woman also with whom man shall lie with the seed of compilation, they shall go bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening.
So she should be unclean until when?
The evening.
Right. This is what's come up in a lot of conversations. Is she unclean until the evening? But after intercourse, the woman can still have a discharge for up to 24 hours. I mean, even 48 hours, even after intercourse. There's something to think about.
The scripture said the evening.
Right. Something, yeah, but you can't have, there should be no body fluids leaking, coming from, not leaking, but coming from the person. You're unclean. Because even when doing temple services, if you begin to read all Leviticus on the 15th chapter, when you come before the Father, you can't come to the Father unclean. Can you imagine if the priest now was about to do a priestly service and you had pneumonia? But it never said in the scripture here that a priest couldn't do the services if he had pneumonia. What do you now do? Would you want to go down to the Holy of Holies, about to do the sacrifices of Yahuah with pneumonia or any type of sickness? So the only thing I'm just saying here now is that I just find it interesting now is that the Father is dealing with being clean. Now, Mishpachah, 12 minutes and we're done. Anybody is familiar with Kali? It's called Kali.
The Hindu spirit?
Huh?
The Hindu spirit, probably?
There you go. There you go. I want to share something with you. And so we're going to close and we'll be done, Mishpachah. I want to share something with you. If you have any questions after that, and I shut down on like 13, 14 extra scriptures that I have because we're going to close the show. I want you to listen to this.
Do you need me to speak on?
You know what? That would be good. That would be good.
Turn your Bluetooth on. just not speaking about her. That's the same title we used before, right?
Nope. I think I can get a knowledge out. Okay. Nah, that's cool.
Your town has been host to a government conspiracy on the highest levels.
You can't hear that, can you?
Let me tell you how they're going to cover it up.
Okay, let's pause this for a second. I want you to hear this. When we are done, Mr. Picard, sorry that just took so long. It was, yeah, I wanted to.
I have a question about that, right?
Yes.
You got a question?
Okay. Not gonna just go back to it, right? Okay, what do we have, Shaul?
Well, the thing so all these things come from the Most High anyway, period. It's up to him whether he lets them attack you or if it's just like you say, something where he's trying to show somebody the future, you know what I mean? So, like, it all comes from him anyway.
Exactly, absolutely.
Was he mauled to death by a radioactive bear from hell?
Let's listen to this one.
We have to fight faster! Annihilate! Kill! 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 Shut up!
A wise man once said the human spirit can overcome any obstacle. That man had obviously never run a tramp.
Dear higher power guy or gal,
In 1989, I was living in Calcutta. I was researching my dissertation.
You ever notice how a lot of the rappers, they like to keep your toes out of their mouth? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Females too.
Surrounding the goddess Kali, you wanted violent goddess who's standing on her husband Shiva. And in the context of this celebration, I woke up, I was asleep, and my mind came online, so I woke up, but my body did not. My body was frozen or paralyzed. It's something called sleep paralysis. We know it from the medical literature. But I was aware. I was perfectly aware. I felt awake. And as I was just kind of observing this kind of bizarre state, this immense energy came into the room, or came into me, or out of me, it's hard to say which, and began to engage me sexually, but also mystically. And it was an incredibly intense experience. It felt like I stuck a fork in a wall socket, the kind of an electrocution experience. And it got more and more intense to the point that I had the experience of leaving my body. I actually thought I was dying. And I left my body and eventually got back into the body. And once I was back into the body, I woke up for good and then had control of my body again. But it felt as if I had been reprogrammed or something had been transmitted into me. It felt like an initiation or a transmission. It felt like a kind of state of an altered state of energy. And that really stuck with me ever since. And it's out of that kind of state that I try to think and try to write all of these books. And it's clearly why I wrote the New Testament. It's also why I wrote College Child, the first book and the last book.
So where is the situation about Kali's child and the fact that you mentioned that Ramakrishna might have a homoerotic mystical experience. Where are you with that after all these years?
You mean where am I personally?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's still correct. What I effectively argued in that book was that if you look at the Bengali text.
Mr. Cook, what I'm going to do is that I'll share the video with you, because you have to see some of these pictures. They're not graphic or sexual pictures or anything like that. But it explains the ether cord. It explains even with, you ever see the goddess, they worship the elephant, and they have, the woman has all of these arms, and they're into yoga real heavily, and they have this movie like 100 Nights of Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva.
Yeah, that's the same symbol that they got on CERN.
Yeah, on CERN.
Yeah, all those things there. And they talk about how the tongue people, this mighty Cyrus, what is this culture or this cult that these people are doing? They're channeling and trying to bring demonic spirits into this realm. You have talked about it so many times before, like the Jay-Z's, the Beyonce's, Miley Cyrus, the girl Nicki Minaj, and the new girl Cardi B. These, yeah, they're doing these things, ushering in these Nephilims, these disagreeable spirits. They even go into now, for example, and this is an old Jewish tale about Lilith. And I don't teach no Lilith stuff. I don't do that. But there are other cultures that do talk about that there was another wife that Adam had. But again, I'm just saying, and expressing other cultures. They even go into detail about why that particular woman left Adam, because she didn't want to be submissive to Adam. In the Hindu culture with Kali, they even teach now that women are supposed to be the dominant one, and the man is supposed to be now underneath the woman. And the way that they do this now, because they understand that sex is energy, is that they teach that the woman is supposed to straddle the man. Where in culture now, they say that that's not supposed to happen. Because intercourse is supposed to be an act of submission. And they talk about certain positions and things like that that we're not supposed to be involved with. Oh yeah, they get into all of this, man. I mean, it's a lot. When you begin to see these yoga positions and things like that, body contorting, there's two guys. It's just so much.